Well, I think the inevitable has happened. Our colony is not going to survive the incoming attack from this side of the map. Very soon there's going to be about damn near 20 people attacking our colony. We've got 19, so it's a pretty even match, and we've got defenses too, but the enemy's well equipped with bronze weaponry and also shields, which we just haven't been able to produce yet. Let's go ahead and take a look at where we are now in this setting. Yeah, we're about ready to jump into the Copper Age, but being infinitely stun-locked into not being able to advance ourselves. Wow, there's actually bronze armor, too. Oh, shield making. Oh, and leather armor as well. Ooh, I did not... That's actually new to me. Well, that would definitely be helpful in the Bronze Age, but in the Copper Age, really all we get to do is some more domestication and invent the wheel. It's funny how they call it the Copper Age, yet there's really not much more you can make aside from just, you know, copper versions of the already existing tools of, like, you know, sickles and things like that. Right, so enemy tribe is coming in from right over here, yeah. So you can tell that I already know what's going to happen because I've gotten an attempt at this multiple times. Unfortunately, we're in hardcore mode, which means that, you know, there's only one save or whatnot. So, you know, I knew what I was getting into, and unfortunately, I don't think our tribe is going to survive to see another day. But anyway, welcome back to Dawn of Man. We are now in the Neolithic era, really just in the Copper Age. We just need a few more points to get there. And we've got a population of 20, which seems like quite a bit, and we've got some we've expanded the farmland for flax up here, but mostly the food and such is down there. And I think we've done a great job of building a pretty sweet fortress. Unfortunately, the enemy does not want us to have it. So what we'll do then is, if we die here today, I want to check out some of the other things that are new in the most recent updated version of this game, which I think came out in April, which may add a few more things in between. Like I said, I did not see the armor that was there before. I know they had shield making, but that's new to me there. And plowing is relatively new too, but we've done that before. And also saddle stones, which is pretty cool for making a granary and such. Pretty cool that I think we've done before. But don't worry, we've got much more to come, so make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell. So if this tribe has a bad time, we can go off and see some other tribes too. Although I still want to one day do a full playthrough on hardcore. So make sure, by the way, that you check out our streams for this, because we're going to do it again. So some of these guys, as you can see, have bronze swords. A lot of them have copper axes, and most of them have shields too. You can kind of see the yeah, each of them are carrying what I think is the better quality shield. The circular shield is a much more higher quality. The oval shield, I think, is a little less. But anyway, yeah, pretty much every one of these people have shields. Alright, so the enemy is coming. As you can see, we've got ourselves a defense tower and a very long platform ready to go. And we've even got dogs ready to go too. And the traders on their way too. Too little, too late, I think. Alright, come on in there, my friend. Alright, Willie Nelson's coming into the camp. There you go. And let's go ahead and close the door. So I've played with this about maybe 20 times now that I've tried to survive this battle, and it's just a no-go. I've even tried to fall back to our position up there, but truly, even if we survive this attack, the enemy is going to stun lock us into infinity, meaning there's really no way out of it, because they just, even if we defeat the army, which I've had happen before, we'll be down to like 9 people or so, and it's just too much to come back from, to where the raiders will come pretty much every other year. And so a year, when you're having births and people move into the camp, is just too much. You can see everybody fighting here. Everybody's got, some of our people actually do have copper weapons, and you can see some of the enemy running there, and our troops chasing after them. But our enemy is pretty much preoccupied with trying to destroy the gate, the wall, and the platforms that defend us. We've gone now from 19 to 15 people. Some of our people are running, some of their people are running too as our troops chase them down, but it seems like they're chasing us, chasing them, chasing. It's hilarious, like so many people are being chased down. It's really comical. Let's check and see what the traders got available. Some technology for stilting, but again, we don't need that just yet. Bow would be good, but yeah, I think everything else would be fine at this point. There's really nothing that we can't produce ourselves, so it'd be like if we need a little extra straw for maintenance or something, but that'd be about it. So let's go ahead and see what happens here. So this guy's going to be chased down. I'm kind of interested, too, to see how the stamina works in this game as well. Like our person here, nutrition is something that'll slow them down if not high enough, but I think all the adults here are just going to die. Is there a way actually to see? Also, another cool thing in this game now that I don't think I've seen before is the defense mode actually allows you to There's a different defense mode, but I forget how to set it. It might be via the gate. You can actually set age and whatnot. No, gender of the defense. But I forget exactly how to do it. But you can set up their gathering area. You can, you know, have 100% of the men and women defend. So you can bolster your army a little bit. There's people hiding inside, which are mostly just the kids here that'll go inside and shelter in place while they wait for the invasion to be over. But anyway, we're down to 9 people. I think the enemy has either left or... Yeah, so we defeated them, right? So the enemy's basically fleeing. They're wounded, they're dead or wounded. So we went from 19 people to 9. Actually, some of them are still here, but I think they're just kind of like done now. I don't know what to make of it, but anyway, let's go ahead and turn off the alarm and speed up time and see if the raiders just leave. Wow. So anyway, they blew through this door. Killed all of our dogs. They blew in through this door, destroyed all of our, pretty much all of our platforms and the defensive tower that was there, which is also manned by our troops. But this is a battle I just don't think we can come back from. There's just a random raider standing there. Oh, looks like somebody else has been chased down by the raiders too. Wait, where'd he go? There? We got random people now just being killed by raiders, although I think they pretty much left and just chased down everybody that they were going to. Oh, we're down to 8 now from 10. 2 more adults finished off. Music's still playing, but I don't know where the raiders are now to kill them. There was the one guy here, but... I'm really happy that this hardcore mode is a truly hardcore mode. The fact that, you know, it's much more challenging that way. I do feel like the saving thing kind of just puts you more into an Iron Man mode of just like once you have made a mistake, that's it. Which is kind of more tedious, annoying that I don't like to get into with like XCOM and such. I always like to be able to, you know, go back and right my wrongs, to use it as a learning experience. But everything I think we did up to this point was pretty damn good in terms of where we settled, building our defenses, and starting farming too. The only thing we could have done better is just try to minimize casualties from hunting, but since we need leather all the time, we got to be able to go get raw skins to make dry skin and leather, and that's just an absolute requirement for building these sledges, which helps transport, and it's required for storage tents to eventually be have maintenance on them and then to eventually upgrade. So workload now is at 283%. I think we could come back from this and try to get the population back up to like 15 again, but the raiders are going to continue their major attacks. I mean, all the weaponry and such that they have is crazy. I'm going to speed things up here and see what happens. The music's still playing, so the raiders are still raiding, but I don't know exactly what they're doing. We've got all these tasks to go hunting and whatnot. Our people are overwhelmed. We've got plenty of food, so we really don't have to do any of that for a while. And we have less people to do it, so it's not really that big of a deal. I'm going to go ahead and cancel our hunting operations here. Try to get our people down to like maybe 200%, but some of that also has to do with whether or not animals come into the area. Wait, the raiders are coming back again? Wait, have they regrouped? I've never seen that before in this game. Yeah, they must have, because they actually have lower health. So the raiders left. I don't know if they were trying to chase somebody down. They've been sieging for an entire season. It went from winter to now like early, like several months have passed now. It's like, we went from like January to now like late March. Wait, where are they? They're coming. Dude, this is really cool, though. I do really like the challenging difficulties of the maps and such. Again, when we went over the 3 different maps that you can go to, the first map is kind of more like a standard mode of longer summers, shorter winters. This is the opposite, longer winters, shorter summers. But the other game mode is constant raiders and such, and we have a map set up there that I want to definitely show you guys very shortly. Let's see this colony get finished off, though. But I'm definitely going to come back and do this on a live stream until we get it right, man, because that is just awesome. This is a great place to settle. I appreciate the challenging aspects of this game, and it's really unforgiving. If you do not keep up with the competition, you're basically going to be dead. Nobody here seems to have any ranged weapons. No, they do. Spears here, but nobody seems to have a bow and arrow or a sling or anything. Most of the shields are dead, though. All right, let's try one last defense. We'll sound the alarm. I don't know if these people are actually going to attack. Yes, they are. Okay. So we have like 2 or 3 adults left, but I think, well, I think the inevitable has happened. Our colony is not going to survive the incoming attack from this side of the map. Very soon there's going to be about damn near 20 people attacking our colony. We've got 19, so it's a pretty even match, and we've got defenses too, but the enemy's well equipped with bronze weaponry and also shields, which we just haven't been able to produce yet. Let's go ahead and take a look at where we are now in this setting. Yeah, we're about ready to jump into the Copper Age, but being infinitely stun-locked into not being able to advance ourselves. Wow, there's actually bronze armor, too. Oh, shield making. Oh, and leather armor as well. Ooh, I did not... That's actually new to me. Well, that would definitely be helpful in the Bronze Age, but in the Copper Age, really all we get to do is some more domestication and invent the wheel. It's funny how they call it the Copper Age, yet there's really not much more you can make aside from just, you know... copper versions of the already existing tools of, like, you know, sickles and things like that. Right, so enemy tribe is coming in from right over here, yeah. So you can tell that I already know what's going to happen because I've gotten an attempt at this multiple times. Unfortunately, we're in hardcore mode, which means that, you know, there's only one save. Now that's more like it. Check that out. One of the previous run-throughs that we did near a river. That's amazing. Look at this. I can't even remember building all this. We've got 3 cities set up. We've got, like, defenses everywhere. Oh, man. That is awesome. And look at that. Some of the buildings built up here on the top. Let's see if some of the new... Oh, yeah, there's new tech right here available. So these are new that I guess I would have unlocked before. Oh, wow, actually, chainmail is new, too. That's crazy. So we've got armor... reinforced shields and chainmail armor too. That's amazing right there. Let's go ahead and unlock those with the technology that we have available in this save. So now we can start making even better armor. Now this is kind of the standard game mode, so the days, or rather the summers are longer, the winters are shorter, but enemies still come pretty frequently, and that is amazing. I love the technology in this game. Look, oh wow, dude. That's cool, man. I made like a roadway of totems and such. I forgot all about this. Is that a raider? No, that's one of our people. Our people are kind of dressed in a cream color, as where the raiders are always wearing like a red uniform. Look at that. We built ourselves a burial mound here, a cairn, and we've got all these awesome logos and stuff around, or like icons, or what do you call banners, I guess. Banners for our people, and they're inside the area too. We've got all these religious sites and stuff, 116 population. Dude, and my own personal residence. I can remember building this now. Yes, there's the banner right there. With the, what is that, a warthog or something? A boar? Cool. Look at that, man. Oh, wow, yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, so in an alternative reality, I was actually good at this game, and all the raiders are dead. Awesome. Looks like they tried to attack here, and our people must have, somehow got that. I must have shut the door and had a whole raiding party ready to go. I've also tried in our previous playthrough ambush tactics, which are viable. If the enemy comes at you and they're like somewhere near your gate, you can have a bunch of troops ready to go behind them that they won't notice. And one thing that's quite viable is having a bunch of troops on platforms ready to go. Once they hit the gate, close the gate, and they'll be attacked from the front, and they'll be very difficult to kill the people on the platforms, and then you can attack behind them, splitting their numbers and basically encircling them. So it's a really good way to do that. Wow, this map seems to be a lot easier to build in too, as there's a lot more open space. Our colony from before was probably about maybe as big as this first one here with a little extra section on the side. But damn, I forgot how cool this game is. I'm so glad that they added new stuff, especially the armor-wise. So it definitely is the ultimate challenge now in the game to survive in a harder mode. I would say maybe not even hardcore, but definitely in some of the harder and harsher maps. Although hardcore mode to me is just kind of annoying with the one save, especially if you're trying to make videos. It's good for if you're trying to play the game and be the best of the best, but that is pretty awesome. Let's play until we see a raid then. And I also want to try to give our people chainmail armor. So let's go to, let's see where some of the makers are here, the outfitters. They can't make chainmail, so it must be the crafter. Oh yeah, we still have a crafter around because it's still a good idea to utilize flint. Even when you go up to the Iron Age, it's still a good idea to use all those materials, especially for like making knives. If you make a bunch of flint knives and bone harpoons, you can use the knives to save all your materials for important things like spears and swords. But also you can save some of those materials for axes and such too. So really basic tools. They won't last as long, but hey, use everything. Looks like we are making iron and steel, too, so that's pretty cool. All right, let's see if we can find a new building. Maybe there's a new blacksmith or something. Let's see, metallurgy, blacksmith. We must have one of those. I know that's not new. I'm just trying to figure out how I set up our camp before. We have ovens here, so we're making bread. We've got a brewery, so we're making brewskis, bruh. There's our blacksmith. Nice. Oh, it doesn't look like the blacksmith is the one to make the chainmail. So what building would make chainmail? Let's see, metallurgy. Maybe the metalsmith? No, that's copper and bronze tools. Steel tools. We got to find out where that's made. Maybe defensive? Maybe there's like a barracks that can make some better stuff? Armorer. So there's a specific new building in production known as the Armorer. That's cool. Let's go ahead and build that over here. Let's see. I think we could try to put it over here. I would like to see our troops all kitted up in some chainmail armor and regular armor. So let's see how that goes. And let's speed things up a bit. Wow. I actually had no idea that was there, so I'm really glad that I noticed that. That is just incredibly cool. Love that. Alright, so it's becoming fall. We've got 16 knowledge left. Every single thing's unlocked in the game and under this easier mode now. But that is definitely new, that armor there. I want more things, too, in the Iron Age to do. This game, of course, is called Dawn of Man, so I don't think they'll go much further than that. But I'd love to see the ability to go into medieval times and then eventually boats and trading and such. Really, this feels like playing a civilization game, except you're just building one city. And you're always playing defensively, too. So it would be kind of cool to have the option to go out and attack people and start coming up with things like taxes and tariffs and trading beyond just the trader dropping by once or twice a year. I cannot believe how built up and detailed this map is, or at least how much stuff I put in here. Wow, I'm blown away by that. That's great. No wonder everybody enjoyed this series and wants to see more. That's really cool. Fish traps, yeah, those are so profitable. That's another thing to make linen. That is a really good thing. If you can build a crafter, fish traps are basically easy mode. I think, in fact, oh wow, look at all the shields I have ready to sell. That must be from all the enemies we killed. We probably have tons of weapons and stuff around, too. Let's see, 17 steel spears, for sure. Composite bows, bronze spears, yeah. So definitely the fish traps are a really good thing to make. Linen and sticks, I think, go to make those. So that's a really good thing to trade and also brings in an incredible amount of fish and tons of food. Look at this. Grain is at 291. Farming is definitely the way to go to start getting animals like cattle and sheep. And sheep, of course, help you to make winter clothing. And the cattle can make cheese, too. So I don't think... I think we covered cheese in one of our updates. Or we must have a cheese maker somewhere around here. There must be one. At least I'm aware that it exists. And cheese is just something that, again, it's a higher quality food. And I think lasts a lot longer, too. And by higher quality, I also mean that it lasts a lot longer. And so it's stored for quite some time. Man, at this point, raiders are off to a bad time to attack us, really. It would not be wise for them to attack at all. I mean, we've got wooden walls, and I think a lot of these towers are all for decoration. There's really no need to have this amount of towers. I think that's absolutely unnecessary to have that many. But really, a key in this game, a key tactic is to figure out where the enemy will attack from. There's usually 4 directions, and they'll kind of take the same route each time. So if direction 1 is here along the river, then you build your defenses here. If direction 2 is this way between the mountains, then you build your defenses here. And it seems like that's exactly what I've done, is figured out where they are supposed to go. Another good tactic is, I think what I was trying to do here is build a buffer zone where the enemy would have to attack this more fortified position rather than going through the whole effort of updating one of our other previous cities. So, man, if you can master the hardcore mode and build up to this level, that would be the ultimate challenge in this game. This looks so incredible, and I'm really happy with our... even though this is part of a previous series, that's pretty crazy. Let's go take a look at another map now, and we'll see some more combat in the future. But let's go take another peek at somewhere else and get some more ideas for what we want to do in the future. Alright, so this is a different game mode, but I believe the somewhat similar or same map that we played on before. At least it sure as hell looks like it. But anyway, you can see what our idea was here is figuring out where the enemy continuously attacks from. I'm almost playing this one like Stronghold. Check this out. We've got a wooden and a stone wall for defenses. And we've got all of our houses lined up here and kind of a backup base back here too. and then a final base up here to try to stop attacks from this side as well. This is about as far as we're going in to this one. Ooh, somebody's dying of starvation. Ooh, things are bad time food-wise, but man, are they good for defense. Now, this is the Ancient Warriors game mode where the attacks and the assaults from the enemy are incredibly much greater. It looks like we've got a lot of the wall here that was attacked that we're repairing. So this camp may already be ripped because of the food. This is so long ago I can't even recall. But what's cool here is that we've got more things to build with defensive-wise. So it seems like because of that new update with the chainmail and the other stuff late game, the difficulty of getting all of those people together to defend must be much greater than before. The raiders must be deadlier than ever before. So playing that that was madness, playing this on the highest difficulty to start with. Although it is pretty cool, though, that we've taken a lot of the elevated positions and turned them into fortresses, though, to defend against any damage to these buildings. Really, if you can have a bunch of towers and a wall destroyed by the enemy, that is nothing in comparison to, like, losing a few homes, which we've got population for 122, so this must have, the raiding parties must have been so brutal that all of our efforts were put towards defending against the attacks that we kind of destroyed ourselves from within with all the constant resources and materials and such being put towards that. Seems like we could go hunting and stuff, but we're not going to really do too much to manage this camp. Oh, I also forgot that there's orchards in the game too, although we did see that in one of the other ages. Looks like this camp's all the way up to the Iron Age as well. So this one went all the way through as well to the Iron Age, but still having bad times with the with the final ages here and the constant enemy attacks. Look at all the materials and stuff being produced. Weaver, that's probably for trade. Outfitters. I really am excited for all the new things that there is to build, and yeah, we're gonna have to roll this one all over again. And I continuously seem to be making these larger settlements. I think it's much cooler to build smaller settlements in the same area than one massive camp. If you have a huge camp, the problem with that is that you know, if you make a large area for people to live in, the AI pathing can be a little troublesome as to you're now starting to build an ancient city rather than a kind of a settlement. In other words, if somebody lives here in this suburban area and they have to walk all the way here for like a granary, they could die on their way to go get food, is what I mean. So it's like in City Skylines when you build a hospital near a town to give them coverage for their, you know, for things like food and water. So, you know, in this case, we're going to have to actually do a lot of that where we provide a lot of well water and such nearby. There must be, yeah, there's a well over here actually. So our industry doesn't have to walk all the way to the river and all the way back. That's something you wouldn't even think about planning out. You'd think just like food and tools are enough in this game. But no, it's like 10,000 BC chess is what it is. It's crazy. Really crazy at how much there is to do in the game and how many things there are to try to survive. Let's take a look at another settlement. I'm feeling inspired and remembering all these now. A trip down memory lane. Alright, so it appears that this is some camp from long ago, and the enemy's about to raid us from this save. This is great. I'm going back and taking a look at all these other ways that I used to build and different things that I did, and it's really cool to see that. Look at this massive farm field here full of, looks like barley, peas, and other things. That's crazy. Some of our people have no warm clothing. So a raid is about to happen. It's not really much we can do here at this moment to prepare anybody for that, other than that 23 people are about to be attacked. Now, what's cool about this game is that throughout all the updates, I think probably since about maybe about 2 years ago, all of my previous saves before then have been corrupted. That means, like, for the last 2 years, all the other saves have been okay, and that's really cool. Oh, it looks like the battle already took place here. I see a lot of the raiders already dead, and they were equipped with just probably bronze weapons. Let's see where we're at in this game. Yeah, we're in the Neolithic era, so about where we were last time, and about the same size settlement. So even though this is on an easier difficulty, it's still quite challenging to, oh, look at that, everybody's carrying stuff with, wow, by hand. Amazing. Traders arrived. Let's take a look at what's available. Oh yeah, it doesn't even have a donkey or anything, so still on the sledge. What would I trade in this case? Oh, we could probably trade bone tools for something. Maybe some more leather for transportation. And, do one more and try to trade something else. What else? Maybe a bow. 46. Let's trade some straw. Good. Yeah, straw, rocks, sticks, logs are always a great little extra currency to have around just to get something in for trade. They always trade for one, so that's definitely helpful. So these are all settled by rivers. I think maybe lakes are a little more challenging because they seem to have more mountainous terrains, as where rivers kind of spread out horizontally. And as you can see, like in this direction and that direction, they're pretty good. I think, is this where we build every time? There's like the mountain over here that we built so often. I think actually in the previous, oh yeah, this must be earlier in that previous save. But what I will say about this game though is that I'm at this point, you know, it's been out for a while. I wish there was more areas to settle in with various difficulties, but it seems like each map of the 3 that are available, they all offer different challenges. Ancient Warriors, of course, being more about combat. The Northlands being more about brutal weather and also pretty, you know, bad combat as well, but much more about the actual survival aspect than combat. And then there's normal mode, which is kind of a balance between pretty challenging combat and pretty challenging weather, but it's not as bad as the other two. So definitely one is more military, one is more hardcore survival, and one is just kind of a balance between the two. With hardcore mode being, hey, no loading a save from previous. Wow. Well, I feel inspired, folks, to go back and build myself a new village from scratch. So I definitely think we'll do that in the live stream. But join me as we're maybe possibly next time. If you want to see more, go ahead and smash that like button, and we'll go back and take a look at all the other developments and such, and all the things that are new in the game too. And I'd like to do a little live stream of full survival. Maybe not on hardcore, just because of the annoyance of you know, having to reload a save, and especially if there's a crash or something like that. It's always a little nervous about that in a hardcore game mode like that. But anyway, thanks for watching, Donna Man. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you soon.